Good morning, everybody. We have a mixed trade in the grain markets here early on Friday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. December corn futures down 1 3/4 at 551 1/4. November soybeans up 6 1/4 at 1334 3/4. September Chicago wheat up 4 3/4 at 717 1/2. September Kansas City wheat up 4 1/4 at 695 3/4. September spring wheat up 6.5 cents at 910 1/4. If you guys are listening on the podcast, really appreciate it, guys. Leave me a rating or a review if you have not already. I would really, really appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like these videos. Help YouTube to spread this stuff out. If you need some more detailed information from me regarding grain markets, grain marketing, specific recommendations, that sort of stuff, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan in the upper right-hand corner. For $49 a month, I've got a subscription service. It includes a ton of information direct from me. You'll get my morning email, which goes out every business day at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. I wake up early. I put this thing together every day. I include every overnight headline that you need to be aware of, all sorts of interesting charts and graphics, grain marketing recommendations, weather maps. I've been doing Sunday weather videos throughout the summer where I'll talk about weather and its relationship to the market on Sunday afternoon ahead of the open. Those have been very popular. So certainly check this deal out, guys. You can cancel at any time, no obligation, no other fee, no trading account required, nothing like that. We've got some more crop estimates emerging ahead of next week's USDA report. So USDA will be out on Thursday the 12th with their August crop production and WASDE report. They may very well adjust their corn and soybean yield estimates. There's no rule that says that they have to, but they probably will. IHS Markit, that's previously Informa, pegged the U.S. corn yield at 176.5. They've got the soybean yield at 51.5. That's about the largest bean yield estimate that I've seen so far. Refinitiv or Landworth pegged the U.S. corn yield at 172.6. That's the lowest corn yield I've seen so far. And they've got the soybean yield at 50.2. Again, that Landworth corn estimate, 172.6. That's about the lowest one out there that I've seen so far. You will see more private estimates ahead of next Thursday's report here over the coming days. China could be back in the market for U.S. soybeans. USDA reported a 300,000 metric ton new crop sale to an unknown destination yesterday. So that could have been China. It doesn't have to be. The last official soybean flash sale to China was on June 24th, so it's been a while. New crop Chinese buying would be pretty normal for this time of year. Total new crop soybean sales following yesterday's export sales report are like 30% behind last year, largely due to a lack of Chinese buying. Chinese purchases of new crop U.S. beans are down 49% versus last year. Now, last year we had this really phenomenal export program, and China got really aggressive with both corn and soybeans. But we've got kind of just a run-of-the-mill to even below-average program in regard to new crop export sales in beans so far this year. Now, when you look at new crop corn export sales, yeah, China's been absent since late May, but we still have a record book in total of new crop corn export sales because China was so aggressive with their purchases very early back in April and May. The U.S. wants zero-emission vehicles to represent half of all new automobiles by 2030. President Biden yesterday signed an executive order regarding the goal, which is non-binding. I don't know why you would sign a goal that's non-binding. But in any case, Biden said this: the question is whether we'll lead or fall behind in the race for the future. Right now, China's leading the race as one of the largest and fastest growing electric vehicle markets in the world. Biden says his administration will develop long-term fuel efficiency and emission standards that would apply to heavy-duty vehicles, cars, SUVs, and pickups. The new infrastructure bill includes all sorts of stuff along these lines, everything from electric vehicles to charging stations, all this sort of stuff. Maybe on that same note, the EPA had a new proposal out yesterday. They are proposing a 52 mile per gallon fuel efficiency standard in new autos by 2026. And this standard, I think the key word here is fleet average. They want a 52 mile per gallon fleet average. So you're going to have some cars that use no gas. You're going to have some electric, and I don't know if this is going to be up to the auto manufacturers. I don't think it's going to be up to the consumers. But in any case, the proposal would seek to boost efficiency by 10% in the 2023 model year, and again aim for 52 miles per gallon fleet average by 2026. Trump's proposal during the Trump era had been for a 43.3 mile per gallon standard by 2026. EPA says that by 2050, The year 2050. The proposal would reduce gasoline consumption by more than 290 million barrels. That's a reduction of about 10%. We've seen a lot of talk about the RFS and ethanol and all that sort of stuff. And I think if there is to be a concern regarding corn demand via the ethanol industry, it's this sort of stuff. It is not the bakers and the candlestick makers or whoever is complaining about the RFS this week. That's not our problem. I think our problem longer term, when we get out to the 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, our problem is going to be these different standards, less gasoline consumption, that sort of thing. That's going to be, in my opinion, your issue with ethanol. Now, could any of this shorter term RFS stuff come to fruition? I suppose it could, but I think the bigger concern here is this sort of stuff when you think bigger picture. Some areas of the U.S. Corn Belt are wet this morning. There's not anything really great on the radar necessarily, but we do have a little bit of rain, and here's a shot of it. You've got a system, just a small system over part of western Iowa. I don't know what the amounts have been overnight or into this morning. We've got a system over parts of northern Missouri that's working its way into Illinois. Over the last, I had a 72-hour map somewhere. In any case, here's the next 7 days. The general theme here, and if you look at the Euro model and also at the GFS, the theme is this: central and eastern areas of the Corn Belt are going to be fine, and the plains are dry. I mean, all the way from North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, really not much at all in terms of rainfall here over the next 7 days. But Iowa, hopefully southern Minnesota catches some rain. I know that some areas did catch some rain here over the last few days. Illinois, eastern Corn Belt may be a little bit drier, but in general, the theme remains the same here. Central and eastern areas will do okay. The plains, not so great necessarily. The cattle market, we've been trading cash cattle just a little bit better here this week. 120 to 122 in the south, 125 to 126 in the north. So both of those are better than last week, and we hope we can continue that. The box beef market was up again yesterday, so we've seen a big surge there. In the outside markets this morning, we've got the S&P up 3 points. The Dow is up 30 points. We've got the U.S. dollar up just a little bit. Bonds are down almost a full handle. Gold's down $12. We've got crude oil up 93 cents, and the September WTI at 70.03. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you guys on Monday.